Hi everyone, my name is Jerry Wise. Today's video I want to talk about ways adult children of narcissists and other dysfunctional families can self-soothe. I use the term self-soothe. In fact, many people use the term self-soothe. I have many people who ask me, what does that mean? How do you do that? And in fact, I think one of the difficulties that we have learned growing up in our families is we have shut off the switch to be able to self-soothe. And we were trained to shut off that switch. Self-soothing is something natural for a child. For example, if a child starts to suck their thumb when they're very young, would you consider that self-soothing? I would. It's a natural, normal thing to do. Now, narcissistic, unhealthy parents may come along and the child is now sucking their thumb a little bit longer than they're comfortable with. So then they rage or shame or discipline the child. And so again, it begins to teach them, oh, self-soothing is a bad thing. I better not do that. When we become adults and we've had difficulties in our lives, then one of the things and skills we want to learn and the switch we want to turn back on, which was on many, many years ago, but got shut off because of our dysfunctional family, now we want to turn that switch back on. And what does that look like? First of all, there's mindfulness and deep breathing. That's number one. And I'm going to talk to you about 16 of them today, briefly. I'm just going to talk briefly. This is not an exhaustive video on these, but it might help you to think about what is self-soothing. Mindfulness and deep breathing. Mindfulness is being aware of your body, of your surroundings, and also slowing down your breathing in a way that you can begin to relax and to calm the nervous system. Number two, physical activity. We are naturally born creatures who need to be physical. It is not healthy for us to not be physical. I remember when my mother, who died at 93, when she was told, hey, if we don't do the surgery, you're probably going to be bedridden. Once you become bedridden, then it's probably getting close to being over because the body needs to be able to move. And so we need that physical activity. It also helps us release built up tension and stress and is a way to self-soothe. Self-care, number three. We prioritize self-care by getting enough sleep, eating well, maintaining a routine that helps you feel grounded. That's a part of self-care. We might also want to add into there watching how many yeses we do. We might need more no's than yeses. When people come and want our help, want us to do this, want us to do that, we tend to be overfunctioners, many who've grown up in dysfunctional families. And so we may definitely need to learn to say no as a means of self-care, not as a means of belligerence, not as a means of not caring about other people, but as a means of self-care. And here I may want to mention the importance of most of us as adults live our lives with the cart before the horse. Can you imagine what it would be like to drive a cart with the horse behind it or pushing it, and how difficult that would be? It's kind of like our lives. Well, what would be a life where the horse is before the cart in a healthier way? Well, that would be much different than what we had growing up. We would learn to have a self, learn to love ourselves, learn to self-soothe ourselves in appropriate ways, and we would pull life along with us, as all of us have to do. But instead, those got switched when we grew up in dysfunctional families, and now it's the horse trying to push the cart somewhere, and it just doesn't feel right. Because we're trying to do all of these right things when we've not done these right things for us. And that's what childhood and growing up was supposed to do in a natural way. Number 4, journaling, writing, putting down your thoughts and feelings and become more clear about what you're thinking about, what your intentions are, your motives, your desires, your dreams. Journaling can be a way to really help us to provide a soothing for ourselves that we need, because then we're basically listening to ourselves. When you're journaling, you're listening to yourself. Number 5, positive self-talk. That's the part where we challenge the negative thoughts and negative patterns, and we provide positive assertions and affirmations to ourselves. We want to begin to challenge the negative and believe the rational positive. Here's a statement: I'm the dumbest person in the world. I need to challenge that negative thought, I'm the dumbest person in the world, with a rational and reasonable positive thought. Well, I know I cannot be the dumbest person in the world. That would be very, very unlikely, if not impossible, as I have observed the world. I can't be the dumbest. And probably I'm more along the lines of being fairly normal in terms of my dumbness, as most people are. That's much more positive than I'm the dumbest person in the world. Number 6, meditation and relaxation. Our body and our nerve endings need to be calm. We need to have those times where they're off the treadmill. And meditation can be a way of focusing ourselves on ourselves. Believe it or not in a narcissistic way. If you're meditating, you're not being narcissistic. If you're focusing on your sense of calmness or relaxation, it reduces anxiety and stress. Number 7, seek support. We need the support of others. 12-step groups, recovery groups, therapy groups, coaching groups, other coaching communities. And that's one of the things we hope to get going, is a supportive self-differentiation community. You can check out my website, because we need the support and help of other people. In fact, I have a online program about recovery that I would invite you to join. I think it helps address all of these things about self-soothing, and it provides a monthly group session with me and others who are in the program for a year. And so if you don't have a group or have someone you can be a part of, that's one thing I would recommend for you. You can see that down in the description below. Number 8, creative outlets. Are there things that you might enjoy? Things that you like? I know for me, if I really want to go do something fun, I might just go to a bookstore. They're fewer and farther between because we have Amazon, but I go to a bookstore and just start looking through books and seeing books. I just want to see what's out there. And it's kind of fun to see the new things that are going on. And it's something for me as a creative outlet. Music is also a creative outlet. Listening to music, even performing, even writing is a creative outlet for me. Number 9, hobbies. And again, that can be creative too, creative outlet. But hobbies that, again, might take you away from the family stress or the relationship stress you're having. Painting. I know people do. There are all kinds of hobbies that people I know have participated in, which has helped them tremendously. And I'm sure you can just look up and Google hobbies and you'll see hundreds of them. And those are ways to meet other people as well. Number 10, time management. Manage your time effectively. That's self-soothing. It reduces the feelings of feeling overwhelmed, and it creates opportunities where you can do self-soothing. We want to work on our time management. What are we doing with our time? Do we spend 100% of our time thinking only of the negative things and the problems in our lives? Do we spend all of our time helping others all the time? Though helping others can be a good thing, but not when it's not managed well time-wise. If it's excessive, then it becomes over-functioning, and then it can become a stressor for us. Number 11, self-compassion. Be kind to yourself and recognize that it's okay to deal with your own well-being. You deserve to be loved by you. Begin to focus on and work on loving you. That also takes the cart and the horse. In other words, I'm going to love everybody else, but I don't love me. That's the cart before the horse, which we learned in our dysfunctional family. It begins to switch it to where I love me and I can pull and be a part of other people's lives. And that switches that cart before the horse problem. Number 12, one way to self-soothe is to become a neutral observer. If you're distressed, if you feel anxious in a relationship, there are holidays that come up all throughout the year. Go and focus and work on being a neutral observer. That will soothe yourself. You'll be more neutral and you'll be observing rather than to absorb all of this toxic anxiety and toxic negativity. Number 13, use the phrase, I am not them and they are not me. Very important statement, I believe. I am not them, they are not me. That is a way to calm ourselves down, to gain some detachment, and to soothe ourselves as well when we are stressed. Number 14, radical acceptance of others' unwellness. If I can accept that, they're just not well, they are not healthy people. That's not a healthy friend. My father, my parent, or my siblings are not healthy folks, and I'm going to radically accept that. That brings greater calmness and soothing to us. Number 15, we have the talking ourselves down. Once the amygdala in our brain, which has to do with processing of memory, decision-making, and emotional responses, once it gets triggered, then what do? And we want to talk ourselves down in those times to soothe ourselves because we want to engage the frontal lobes when the amygdala has been hijacked. We want to name the emotion or emotions. You might want to just do a simple math problem. Just think of a simple math problem and work at doing that. It will bring you around to this part of your brain, which helps reduce the chemicals and what's going on in your amygdala. Use the 6-second rule. It takes about 6 seconds for the chemicals to dissipate when the amygdala is hijacked. When that happens, it takes about 6 seconds. So give yourself some time to take a breather. 4th, slow down your breathing. 5th, notice your environment around you. I'm in this room, I'm with these people, or I'm all alone. Be cognizant of the situation around you and your own environment. And number 16, you might want to move and just change your setting. In other words, move somewhere else, go somewhere else, walk outside, take a walk, just go look at the sun or around the sun for a while. Let the sun shine on your face to begin to talk you down from, say, an amygdala hijacking to help you soothe yourself. I want to thank you for watching today. I hope you have a great day. Please subscribe, comment, and like this video. Thanks for watching, and be wise.